Okay, hello everyone. Today we'll discuss the new topic, and that we'll discuss about the clause select distinct. Okay, so the name itself indicates that we need to require unique value. Distinct means what? Unique value. Let's start the today's session. So in that we'll discuss the theory. So sometimes a table contains a column that has a duplicate value. We all know that in the database, when we're trying to store the data will be stored in the tabular format. That means the data will be stored in the tabular format means what? The data will be stored in the form of columns. Okay, so that term called as a tabular format. So whenever we store the data inside the table, so there is a chances of duplicate values. Okay. So sometime a table contains a column that has a duplicate value. And you may have or find yourself in a situation where you only want to list the unique or distinct. Unique or distinct both are the same values. That means what? So assume that you are collecting the data of cities. Okay, for example, you are trying to implement one application, or you are trying to implement one e-commerce website. In that you are storing the addresses. Okay, address as a city name. Okay, so in that the customer belongs from the B district, the customer belong from the Aurangabad city, the customer belong from the Pune city, will enter the same address. Okay, so in that section, if you want to find yourself like that, if you require only unique value, if you require only a unique value, then and then select distinct will be operated. Okay, then and then this clause will be useful. The distinct keyword can be seen. We can use this distinct keyword along with select only. Okay, right now we are doing a select operation, and we all know that select operation is used to retrieve the data from. It is used to retrieve the data from the DB. It is used to retrieve the data from DB. DB stands for database. So we need to use this attribute, this class, not attribute, the distinct clause along with select only. Okay. So while retrieving the data, if you want a unique value, make a note of that. While retrieving the data, if you want a unique value, then and then we can use a distinct clause. Okay, along with select. So distinct keyword, it's a keyword, or you can say that it's clause, can be used to return only the distinct value in a column. So कॉलम में से डिस्टिंक्ट वैल्यू निकालना है तो ही हम ये distinct keyword use कर रहे हैं. So let's take one example. So here is a keyword, distinct keyword operator operates on column. Okay, so make a note of that. The distinct keyword will be operated on the column, and this one is a syntax. Okay, so what will be the syntax? Here I will use a select. After that I will use a distinct. After that I will use space. After provide the column name, among the which column you require a unique value. I have thousands of columns. So when we talk about, let's start with the PG admin and let's discuss about that one by one. So we'll get a better idea to understand. Just give me 1 minute so it will start. Okay, the application will be started, and here I will enter my password of browser. So here I will click my server. The server will be loaded. These are the database. Here I have PES college database, and in that PES college I have different kinds of tables. So now assume that if you want to retrieve the data, that means unique data, we require to use a column name. For example, assume that after we have a certain column called as ID, first name, and last update. Okay, so that the unique application will be applicable on column. Make a note of that. That applicable on the column. Okay, so we need to specify the column name. So here, that's why here I use select distinct column name from table, or alternatively we can use select distinct along with round bracket open, and we will provide the column names. Okay, and from a table, so we will get the values. Okay, first of all we'll understand the basic concept, and after that we'll discuss about the challenge, and after that we'll discuss about the So let's do one example. So imagine a table of people who were a survey to choose a color. Okay, so just I have taken one survey to choose the color, and these are the name of persons are available, and these are the choices. For example, Vijay has a choice as a color orange, Ravi has a choice as a color black, Priya has a choice as a color pink, and Ravi has a choice called as a red. Okay, so in that there is a duplicate value. In that there is a duplicate value. In choice section, we don't have any duplicate value, but in the in the name section, we have a duplicate value. In that case, if you want to retrieve the unique data, that means when we trying to retrieve select name from table name. Okay, so in that all the column data will be retrieved, but that will be a not a unique. And if you require a unique data, just use a distinct keyword. So when we apply this distinct keyword or distinct clause along with select, it will reduce the duplicate data. So those data we have as a duplicate, automatically it will remove and we will get only fresh data. How many customers we have? So we have three customers. Okay, in that section we have four customers. The Ravi is a duplicate value. So when we apply the distinct things, distinct keywords, then it will be removed. Okay, so this is the logic. Now we need to find what will do the operation with select keyword. Okay, so let's do one that here they apply the operation on film. So here we have a film table. Will apply the operation on film. We have certain columns are there: film ID, title, release year, language, rental, duration, rental rate, length, this met rating, like that stuff. Okay, we have lots of data. So let's click on the query tool. So you will get the live practical of select listing. Click on the database and click on the query. Now just first of all, what should I do? Okay, so I will enter a duplicate data. So when we talk about the column C, in the field we have a bunch of columns. Okay, so when we talk about the release year, we all know that here we get the different kinds of year. Okay, release year में chances है कि different kinds of year होने के बाद. So when we retrieve the data, first of all we will retrieve the data by using select clause or select method, and afterwards we'll do the distinct things. Okay, so here I will use select. Is a column name. I have a column name. I don't want to retrieve whole data. I want to retrieve only release year. Okay, so that's why here I pass release. Release the score. So this one I that I want to retrieve. With the table name. Table name is fill. Terminate. Click on we have get the data. Okay, so see, we have get duplicate amount of data 2002, 2006. I think all are the 2006 are available. Okay, so सभी के सभी 2006 है. So check out the entries. ये पूरी entry check करो. Right now I am at 312. So if we're trying to check that all entries, so we get 1000 entries are there. Total 1000 entries are there. Okay, but these data are redundant. Okay, so these data are duplicate data. Okay, I want to remove the duplicate data. So assume that just I want to check for what, just I want to check for unique values. Okay, so for that just I want to check for the unique values. So what should I do here? Just I will pass a keyword called as a distinct keyword, or we can say that clause called as a distinct. Just I will pass the distinct. So what is the role of that distinct? Why we use that? Just we use the distinct keyword to retrieve the unique values. Note of that. Unique values of what? Unique values of what? Unique values of column. Okay, so when we apply that and when we execute that, we get the text. column name is release year. We get the see, we get the distinct value. That means how many distinct value we have? Just we have only 2006. That means we have only one value. Rest of 999 tables are same release year. Okay, so it will reduce all the duplicate data. So you will find in a situation where you require a unique data. Okay, so in that case, only distincts are used. Distinct. So distinct will be used along with another thing. So here I already given the example. So we can use a distinct with space column name, and we can use a distinct with the round bracket. Okay. So just here, what should I do? Here I will use round bracket open over here and round bracket close. Okay, make a note of that when we use a round bracket, just we need to clear. So do not use space inside that. So use round bracket open. So यहाँ से read करने के लिए easy जाता है. So distinct round bracket release year from fill. See, we get the. Let's it apply on another thing so you will get the better idea. So for example, here I want to apply on the customer and click on the column. So where we can apply at first name. We can apply at first name. First of all, we'll retrieve the first name. So first of all, what should I do? First of all, what should we do? Here I'm using select. And later on, just I want to retrieve the first code name from table called as a customer. Return the first name, so I will check it. See, lots of first names are available. मॅडम लेक्चर मध्ये चालतं विचार. So these are the names where we get inside that. Just we'll do what? We'll check one name only and we'll check whether we have duplicate. So we'll check Linda and here using distinct. We'll check the duplicate number. So before that, just 1 minute. So before that, just I will execute it and I have to check how many entries we have. So we have which amount of entries are available. Just we'll check for the count. We have 599. Okay, we have 599. Now after that, we'll check for the distinct name from the customer and we'll execute that. We'll check about that amount 599. Okay, so we get the 591. So nine, we can say that 8 entries are available having the duplicate. So we don't know about that. कौन से है? So, but we can say that the total entries we have as a 599 and result when we use a distinct, we get the 599, 591. Okay, so like that we can use the distinct key. So just make a note of that when we use the distinct key. When we use distinct keywords can be used to return only the distinct value or unique value in a column. That means if we want to apply the logic of distinct, then we can apply on columns. We cannot able to apply this logic on different things. So let's do another example so you will get the idea. Now, so we'll do the distinct challenge or just we can say that we do the select distinct challenge. So I will explain one more time and from another day after tomorrow. So whatever I taught, you need to perform the challenge. So we all know that the challenge will be divided into five sections: business situation, challenge question, expected answer, hint, and after that the final solution. So here is the situation. A visitor is not familiar with movies rating. Okay. So this one is American movies rating, motion pictures association is there. So the visitor, or we can say that visitor of a country don't know or don't have a knowledge of movies rating like that. What is a PG? What is PG-13? etc. These are the movies rating of motion picture. So don't worry about that. हमारे पास रेटिंग ऐसी होती है A plus B plus whatever. So like that. So these are the ratings of movies. Now what should we do? He is a customer, he is a visitor, and he don't have a knowledge of rating. So for that reason, we need to find out the ratings as unique. Okay, so want to know that types of what types of ratings we have in our database. So maybe ratings के बारे में आप पढ़ रहे हैं तो ratings कहाँ available होगी, films में ही होगी. So what rating do we have available? This is your business situation. That means we need to fire a query to retrieve the unique ratings. Did you get that? You don't want to retrieve all the ratings. Okay. So that customer, that visitor is not familiar with rating. So he want to check all the types of rating, and that rating must be a unique. That means we need to use select clause along with distinct clause. Okay. This is the business situation. Now what will be the challenge question? So use what you have learned about select distinct and retrieve the distinct rating type our film would have our in database. Okay. Database के अंदर जो भी available है उसके अंदर से आपको knowledge retrieve करना है. Okay, so जो भी task है वो retrieve करना है by using select distinct. This one is a question. So expected answer like this one is ANSI 17, PG-13, R restricted, PG, PG-13 is 13 year plus, like that stuff. G. So these are the expected answer we require. So now what will be the hint? Use the film table. We all know that the rating will be available in film. So what is the hint? Hint, you need to use the film table. You can use the table drop down to view the columns are available. Film table के अंदर जो भी columns है वो check कर सकते हैं. Yeah, we can fire a query, select all from the film. So get the column names. So let's do the task. So we'll get the idea regarding that. So in that, check for the film table. We have film ID, title, description, release year, language ID, rental duration, and rental rate. Here is option called as a see rating is available. So now just we will retrieve the rating first of all, and after that we'll apply the business logic. Okay. So here I will remove this and I'm trying to use select. And what will be the column name? I want to only retrieve the ratings. Okay, rating. Table name. See proper representation. जो भी clause है that should be in capital letters. Okay, so आपको पढ़ने में easy जाएगा. Select rating from the table name is called as a film. Table name is called as a film. Let's see that query. So click on that. So we get these types of rating. Okay, but these are the duplicate ratings. Okay, when we talk about that, this R is a repeated, redundant data is available. PG-30 is available. Again, PG-30 is available. PG is available. GGG is available. So that means we can say that we have duplicate amount of ratings are available. So that means we have 1000 ratings are available. Okay, so इसमें जो भी common rating, but our visitor don't know about the rating. So ये पढ़ते बैठेगा तो वो confuse हो जाएगा. Quite confusing. What is R? What is A? So कितने type की rating है ये पता नहीं चलेगा उसे. So we need to find out the unique way. So we can apply the distinct on column only. We can apply the distinct on column only. We cannot able to apply on another things. We cannot able to apply on another things. So we can apply it on only just on column. So what should I do? So can I able to use a distinct? So just add it. Try to hit that. So we get the actual value. So leave 5 types are available. On the 1,000 result, when we try you select writing from the films, so we select writing from the films, we get 1,000 rows. And when we use a distinct keyword inside that, we get only 5 rows. So you can say that is MPAA rating, that means Motion Picture American Association, like that. There is a name of that association. So we get the unique rating. So आपको ऐसा लगता है, for example, if you want to see, we need to store our concept, we need to clear our concept. In future, in future, when we got a situation like we require a unique value, in that situation we need to click of we need to think about the distinct keywords. So click होना चाहिए कि हमें distinct keyword use करना है. Okay, so just make a note on that. Okay, so this is about distinct and this is about what challenge. So expected answer, hint, and last one is a solution. So what is the solution of that? Either I can use select distinct round bracket rating, or either I can use select distinct rating. So this one is a solution. So just make a note of that. You need to use this thing. You need to use this thing repeatedly. Business situation, challenge question. So challenge question में क्या आता है? Just we need to apply the what knowledge. Answer, hint and solution. So according to that you need to work. अगर ऐसे work करते हो तो definitely in future if you got any problem or problem statement, if you get any problem statement within a time you can say that resolve the query. Okay, so it will be helpful for you. So now the next bit is count. So we'll discuss about the count. So is another clause. Count is there. So we learn about the select. We learn about the say. We learn about the distinct clause. Now we'll discuss about the. So count is a function. See, it is a function which returns the number of input rows that matches with specified condition of. That means simply it will return the number of rows. Okay. So just imagine if we have a table, and if you have a table in it, you want to determine how many rows you have. So let's think with different minds. Okay. So if you want to imagine, if you want to retrieve how many rows you have, okay, then you will use count. If you want to count the rows inside the column, then we and use. Okay. So you just it is used to purpose what purpose? Just it is used to count the rows. Okay. So manually, for example, just see here over here. So right now manually I can count 1 to 5, 10, 20. But when we remove this distinct keyword and I try to execute this, now can I able to count this manually? How many times I can scroll down. Okay, so if we have, I have right now 1,000 data. Okay, if we have 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, then how will calculate? For that, this count is used. For that, this count is used. Okay, so it returns the number of input rows. Just it shows how many number of rows are available in table when we pass the column name or section. Okay. Both are same. If we're trying to pass the column name, we get the same result. When we pass asterisk symbol, we get the same result. Because ऐसा कभी होता है कि एक कॉलम के अंदर 5 रो है, दूसरे कॉलम के अंदर 10 रो है. नहीं. Structured data में ऐसा नहीं होता है कभी. Okay. So that means when we pass the column name or when we pass different kinds of column name or asterisk symbol, we get the same. But it will return only count. See, that's one example. So here is example. In that section, there's a name and choices there. And here I have Vijay, Ravi, Priya, and Ravi is there. So choices orange, black, pink, and red. So I want to count this name column. So according to you, what will be the output? Vijay is the first, Ravi is the second, Priya is third, and Ravi is the fourth. Okay. No, I know that is a duplicate value, but don't worry about that. We don't think that. So हमें उसके बारे में नहीं करना है. Just we need to count those. So when we count on name, so we get the count as 4. When we choice के अगर count करते हैं, तो again we get the. See, how will you use the count? So count is a function. For that, you need to understand the syntax. So this one is a syntax. Here we need to use count. Instead of distinct, we need to use count. Okay. So select count. After that, we need to use round bracket open and round bracket close. Note on that. Okay. It is a mandatory to use the round bracket open and round bracket close. Earlier, when I trying to implement distinct clause in that section, round bracket is a not mandatory. Round bracket is a not mandatory, but if you want to use count function, because count is a clause and it also called as a function. So if we want to use a function, then we need to pass round bracket and round bracket close mandatory. It's mandatory for us. So for that, just make a note of that. This round bracket open and round bracket close is a mandatory thing. Okay. So after that, select here count clause name, and after that from and table, whatever it may be. So जो भी table name होगा वो आप यहाँ pass करोगे. And this one is an attribute name. Okay. So here attribute name is a name and table name whatever it may be. Just we'll get the 4. Okay. So select count choice from table name we get the 4. ये इसका example बोल रहा हूँ. Okay. So how many rows we have? 4 rows we have. According to that we can able to find. Let's take another example. So each column has the same rows. So example सभी के रिजल्ट एक ही आने वाले. से select count name from table name. इसका भी रिजल्ट वही आने वाला है 4 ही आने वाला. Select count choice from table name. So attribute different है but row change होंगी क्या नहीं. So that means here name के अंदर विजय है तो उसके आगे choice आएगा ही. रवि के अंदर ब्लैंक रवि के अंदर नेम है तो उसके आगे चॉइस आएगा. दैट्स व्हाई हियर आई मेड वन स्टेटमेंट each column has the same number of rows. That's why I made a statement because a structured data contains data. Okay, अगर डेटा भी नहीं है ना तो null value होता है. डेटा भी नहीं है ना तो null value होता है. About that data. Just 1 minute. So all the operations select count name, select count twice, select count asterisk symbol. Okay, so these all will work in the same manner. They all will return the same thing. Okay, so now think about that. Imagine if you wanted to know how many unique names are there in the table. Okay. So my question is, this is for you. Just unmute yourself and just trying to specify the answer. Now I want to use the query. So before that, just I want to perform some operations on PG admin and just I will show you how many counts we have. So just here, what should I do? Here just I'm using a select. Okay. After that, I'm using a count bracket open close. Inside that I'm providing a column called as release year. Where is that? So I will provide a column called as a rating from. I'm using a from keyword. Okay, and after that the name of table is film. So it will show the count. So ये count दिखाने के लिए मैं आपको option दिखा रहा हूँ. So how many rows we have? See, we have 1000 rows. We have 1000 rows. If you're trying to pass the title, then we'll check that how many titles we have. See, we get the same. Why? Because I'm trying to pass the title, film ID, description, whatever it may be, we get the same value as 1000. That means in film we have 1000 rows. Okay, so let's talk about the customer, how many customers we have. So according to the email address, we will find out the customers. So here I will pass email. So my table name is customer. Click on and execute it. See how many customers we have? 599 customers. How many customers we have? 599. If you're trying to change the different kinds of column names, so assume that here I'm use store ID store. So we get the same value. We get the same. Why? We already made a statement for that. See, yeah, already made a statement. Is my statement. Each column has same number of rows. Either we can pass one attribute, another column name, or either we can pass asterisk symbol. Also, we can pass the asterisk symbol. So that's on. When trying to execute that, we get the same value. Okay, so just if you want to find how many rows we have, then we count function. Make a note of that. Then we use the count. Here I use the count function. Now just do what we'll use for the country. In that country, I don't know the column names. So columns. Just I will use a country, or just I will use asterisk symbol. Don't worry about that. So what will be the name of table? My table name is country. We have we have 109 rows, so we can say that 109 rows are here. So you can do the practical by using this. Okay, so that's why I did a practical on that. You can apply the logic and just ping me how many rows are available on these 15 tables. This is your today's task, and that must be included inside the internship report. Okay, you need to find what how many rows are available in actors, how many rows are available in address, category, city, and just list out it, and that mention in your internship report. I will check that internship report strictly. Okay, and if I found that the student didn't created the internship report, then I will not issue the certificate. Okay, so for that time I will check strictly internship report. So this is about that count. Now my another question is, imagine if we wanted to know how many unique names are there in the table. Okay, how many? How many means we require a count. We don't want actual name of that person. We require a count. For example, when we think about the name, we have four entries, four rows. Among that, the unique rows are only three. So we require a three as an output. Then what should I do? So does anyone have idea how we will do that? We want only count. Okay, so we required a count. The count चाहिए. I will do that. We already learned about a count function. Am I audible to all?
Sir,
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just think on that and give me a reply on that. Okay, imagine everything will be depend on the imagination. Our branches depend on the imagination. If you don't have a power of imagination, then we cannot able to do any job. If you get, then we get the less salaried job. Just think, एटलीस्ट ये इमेज को देख के तो इमेजिन करो. What do you think that I want a count of unique value? What I am using a word unique value.
Sir, in a name table, in a name column, there are three unique values.
So how will find out that? I think Nimbalkar has given an answer. So Nimbalkar, unmute yourself and just say what you want to say. So which keyword we need to use to find out the unique value? So मेरे सामने only four entries, so I can definitely say that there are three unique value. But how will we find out the unique value? This is my question.
Using count, sir.
Using count, we get the number. Using count, we get the only number. But we
Oh,
already learn about the distinct keyword. What is a distinct keyword? Distinct keyword is used to find out the unique value. Okay, so first of all, we need to find out unique value, and after that, we need to pass that result to the count. So according to that, you need to imagine. ऐसे हमें imagine करना पड़ेगा. Just first of all, we need to find the unique value, and after that, we will pass it. Okay, so solution. First, we must first know how many unique rows are available in the table. Later, we can apply the count function. So that means first of all, we'll find out distinct name, and we'll pass that distinct name attribute to the count, and after that, it will return the 3. Okay, so right now I don't have a table, so इसलिए मैं ये practical नहीं दिखा सकता, but just imagine like that. Okay, select count in round bracket distinct name. Distinct तो मैंने अभी पढ़ा है ना. So distinct का meaning क्या होता है? Unique values. Distinct means what? Unique values. That means can I able to use a distinct clause with count clause? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Select count in round bracket distinct name from table. So this is the solution. Select count distinct names. Either we can use this way, or either we can use this way. Okay, so we already know that distinct के साथ में हम name directly भी use कर सकते हैं और round bracket के अंदर भी use सकते हैं. So दोनों में से जो use करना है आप use कर सकते हैं. So let's take another example and I will do the practical, so you will get the idea regarding that. Okay, so मैं ज़्यादा भी syllabus नहीं ले रहा हूँ, मैं just 1 to 2 keywords daily basis में cover कर रहा हूँ. Okay, and this one is your challenge task. Assume that suppose I want to retrieve how many unique ratings are available in the film table. Suppose I want to find out how many unique ratings. I want to retrieve how many unique ratings are available in the find table. अभी unique ratings मुझे उसके types नहीं चाहिए. How many? That means we require a count. काउंट चाहिए तो काउंट यूज करना पड़ेगा, एंड यूनिक वर्ड यूज किया है तो डिस्टिंक्ट भी यूज करना पड़ेगा. हाउ मेनी टाइप्स ऑफ रेटिंग काउंट आर अवेलेबल इन फिल्म टेबल. सो व्हाट डू यू थिंक दैट क्या क्या करना पड़ेगा अकॉर्डिंग टू द आवर challenge? First of all, this is your business situation, so we need to apply the logic of select, we need to apply the logic of distinct, we need to apply the logic of count on field table. This is your question. After that, what do you think, what will be the expected answer? What will be the expected answer? We required here the rating, and after that we required a output. After that we required a output. What will be the hint? We need to check the film table, we need to check the film table, and we need to check the columns, and after that we need to provide the business solution. So let's do that. Ratings करना है, तो for that film नाम का टेबल देखना पड़ेगा. In that film में rating नाम का एक ऑप्शन है, so this one is a rating. So first of all, what should I do? I will find out the rating. Later on, I will find out the distinct rating, and later on, I will apply the count logic. So I will divide this task into three different queries. So first of all, I will find select. For what? Select rating. कैपिटल में चलता है, कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, बट आपको रीड करने में इजी जाने की वजह से मैं क्या करता हूँ, so just we will use a clause as a capital and other thing as a small. So select rating from the table name field. So this one is your task one. So just click on that, so we get all rating. Now we have 1000 rows, so for that we require a unique rating. So here what should I will pass a distinct keyword. This one is your task 2. Okay, task कैसे perform करना है ये पहले समझ लो. So this one is your task 2. So execute it. So now we get the distinct record. So ये types पता चले, मुझे count चाहिए. I want a count. Okay, so for that I will use count. Here I will use count in round bracket. That round bracket. Now we get the count. See, we get the count as a. Here we also use that in round bracket. मैंने बताया already आपको. यहाँ भी हम round bracket optional है. It is not mandatory. We can use that. So execute it. We get same record. Okay, we get same thing. We get the count. This is the solution of this. अभी solution मैंने directly find, ये मैंने अभी ये किया होता तो आपको नहीं समझ में आता, तो इसीलिए मैंने different kind से आपको समझा. First we'll retrieve the rating, later on we apply the distinct logic, and later on we apply the count. Okay, so this is about the count. So did you get the concept of this? So this one is a solution, this one is a solution, and expected answer is this one is a solution. Okay, expected answer तो ये है आपका, but solution ये आपका select, count, round bracket, distinct and round bracket rated. So this round bracket is not mandatory, but count round bracket is a mandatory. Make a note of that. Count का जो round bracket है ये mandatory है. Okay, इस पे ना क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछे जाते, इसमें टास्क दिए जाते हैं आपको. So in part 1 they will ask the question regarding a theory, but in part 2 so they will ask the 70 to 75% practical knowledge. The rest of 25 they will ask what will be the syntax of count, what will be the syntax of distinct, like that stuff. But 75% or 80% we can say that they will ask for the practical. Okay, so this is about it. Now another question. See, suppose a reputed MNC company wants to retrieve the payment sheet count of employee, or an MNC company wants to count of employee. So according to the payment sheet ये दो different questions हैं. Okay, but result एक ही है इसका. So MNC company है, उस company के अंदर कितने employee को payment जाता है we need to calculate. और MNC कंपनी wants to count the employee, कंपनी के एम्प्लॉय उसको उनको काउंट करना है. So for that, how we'll do that? First of all, we need to convert into the question. क्वेश्चन में कन्वर्ट किया तो एम्प्लॉय टेबल देखना पड़ेगा. एम्प्लॉय टेबल मीन्स व्हाट? कस्टमर टेबल होगा हमारे पास. सो कस्टमर टेबल होगा या वी कैन से दैट पेमेंट टेबल होगा. लेट्स चेक अबाउट दैट. डज वी हैव पेमेंट टेबल? या वी हैव अ पेमेंट टेबल. सो जस्ट चेक पेमेंट आईडी, कस्टमर, स्टाफ, अमाउंट. ओके, सो अमाउंट पे से भी हम कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल व्हाट शुड वी डू? सो वी विल यूज retrieve a payment shift count. Okay, so ये payment shift count मुझे retrieve करना है. So what should I do? Select, इसको भी हम divide करते हैं. Select what? Select the column name as a payment from table column. Attribute name is a another attribute name is a amount. That, see, we get the certain amount of how many entries we get. 14,000, near about 14,000 आया है. So let's execute one more time. 14,596. ये मुझे काउंट चाहिए. 14,596 मुझे क्या चाहिए था? काउंट चाहिए था. So what should I do here? I will use count. Okay, I will execute. See, we get the count 14,596. That means we can say that, assume that, okay, ये MNC कंपनी की पेमेंट रोल है. एक्चुअली ये पेमेंट रोल नहीं है. ओके, सो दिस वन इज अ ट्रांजेक्शन. ओके, जो कस्टमर ऑर्डर करते हैं लाइक दैट, दिस वन इज अ ट्रांजेक्शन. So assume that this one is a 14,596 employees are there. So we get the solution of this. Select count payment ID. We can use payment ID here. I use the amount. We can use anything. We can use anything. We get the same output. See, here I am trying to use payment ID. I already discussed about that. So column कौन सा भी हो, output एक ही आएगा. So don't worry about that. Execute this, we get the same output. See, 14,596. So this is about the what? Count. Now, suppose I want to retrieve how many unique payments are available in payment table. अब क्या करना पड़ेगा? What is your solution? So we did half task. हाफ टास्क कंप्लीट किया है. अब हमें यूनिक वैल्यू चाहिए. व्हाट शुड आई डू? डज एनीवन नो अबाउट दैट? आई वांट टू रिट्रीव हाउ मेनी यूनिक पेमेंट्स. यूनिक पेमेंट चाहिए मुझे. हाउ मेनी यूनिक पेमेंट्स? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हियर व्हाट शुड आई डू? आई विल यूज select payment. Yes, obtain payment from the, sorry, select the amount option. Here I will use the amount, and from the click we get the different kinds of amount. See, 7.99, 1.99, 2.99. So these are the bunch of payments are available. Okay, so among that, just I want to find out that unique payments. I want to find out unique payments. So what should I do? So unique payment find out करके उसका count चाहिए. How many? How many means we require a count. Count of unique value. So see, this is a task one. After that, here I will use a distinct. Yes, we get the unique values. See, we get the unique values of, see, we get the such a type of unique values, and after that we'll apply the count. So here I will use count. See how many unique values are? 19. Total 19 unique values are available. So you need to do the practice on that. So check the CT, another tables where we can apply the count, where we can apply the where, we can apply the where with count. Okay, so we can apply, where is more. We can apply the select with count, select with distance. So you need to learn about more. Okay, so if you have any query, let me know about that. We'll discuss and do the practical. From today onwards, just I will not share the PPT. You need to watch the video, and if you have any query, you need to watch the video. Okay, so just जब जब भी आप वीडियो पढ़ते हो तो उसके साथ में डिस्क्रिप्शन भी आता है. When we say the PPT, description याद में नहीं आता है. So for that reason, you need to learn about that. Okay, so This is about what today's lecture. So from tomorrow we'll cover select part, select and where clause. Okay. So we'll use where clause with select from tomorrow also. So we have two parts of where one. So where part one and where part two. And after that we'll take one challenge of where part. After that we'll do another part. Okay, so does anyone have query regarding that? Let me know about that. So if we have, we'll discuss about that. If we don't have, then we'll close about it. Does anyone have a query regarding that? Students absence प्रमाण वाढले. Only 33. Among that, 7 to 8 students are from the final year. So only 24 students are doing internship among the 60 students. See, this knowledge you required. This part will cover. See, आपको पढ़ने की भी जरूरत नहीं. आपको सिलेबस में DB है ना, तो DB का बस स्टडी तो ऑलरेडी हो जाएगा डेटाबेस का.